Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. My name is Mike. Be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube to get all of my daily sports talk videos uploaded directly to your feed. With the Super Bowl coming on Sunday, I've sort of previewed and dissected the matchups of the Super Bowl here for the last 2 weeks. I'm going to start looking ahead to some other issues that will be relevant to the NFL right after the Super Bowl. I'll get into some scouting combine stuff, some more of those prospect previews that I know you guys like that I'll continue doing. But there's also going to be some contract situations developing here in the offseason. And the first one that'll sort of come up is the contract situation of Titans running back Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson is owed $9 million guaranteed if he's on the Titans roster on February 9th, which is just 5 days after the Super Bowl. So the Titans have probably already been in talks or been in internal discussions as far as what they're going to do about Johnson. Something we learned today is the fact that they haven't been in touch with Johnson at all to let him know either way whether they plan on keeping him past the February 9th deadline or cutting him. If they did cut him, he would become an unrestricted free agent at that time. And remember, to dedicate $9 million guaranteed to a running back, his total contract for next year would be $10 million. $9 million would be guaranteed after February 9th. You look at the top paid running backs in the league next year, we're talking about Adrian Peterson, who will be the highest paid back in the league, which I think we can all agree after watching him this season is well deserved. Then you'd have Johnson at number 2 at $10 million, and then Marshawn Lynch at number 3 at $7 million. You just look at how much better of players Marshawn Lynch and Adrian Peterson are than Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson's a very frustrating player to me, and not because I have him on my fantasy team, but you saw potentially what this guy was capable of. And then it just seems like to me, after he's gotten the big money, his production has fallen off dramatically. His production has fallen off dramatically, and it seems like his attitude also has fallen off dramatically as well. As a guy who said all the right things and did all the right things before he got his money, but then had a very public holdout. This week even, making comments to a newspaper sort of in a mocking way how far away the Titans are from the Super Bowl and from being a contender. While by saying all that stuff, that the Titans aren't a contender, they're very far away from competing for a Super Bowl, I mean, I think we all know that he's right. That the Titans are definitely 2-3 years away from probably competing, and maybe even farther than that away from a Super Bowl. But just his overall attitude towards the team, towards the organization, doesn't really seem to me like a guy you want to build your whole program around when you're trying to develop young players. I know he's the only star player, or to me, above average player that the Titans have. He rushed for 1,200 yards last year, which are good numbers, okay, but not good numbers for a guy that's making $10 million a year. Okay, his consistency wasn't there last season. He had games where he averaged less than 3 yards a carry, and then he had games where he averaged 6 yards a carry. So some of that may have been due to the offensive line, but still, a $10 million a year running back with the attitude he has, I just don't think it's worth for them to keep him around. I think with a young team, you have to set a precedent as far as this is how we're going to do things. This is the overall direction we're heading as a franchise. And when you let a guy like Johnson underperform and then in certain cases undermine the organization and what they're all striving to there, I just don't agree with bringing him back. Yes, they would take a salary cap hit for this upcoming year, okay? But, I deem that to be worth it. Unless he's willing to restructure his deal, which I don't really see him doing. I think they should just let him loose, deal with any salary cap repercussions, and then just sort of move on from there. And, again, give Mike Munchak some credibility that these players know that no matter how good of a player you are, you can get cut at any time, and that results are what matters, and most of all, your attitude is what matters. You look at all these good teams that are consistently good, whether it's the Ravens, okay, or the Patriots, Steelers, okay, the organization comes first, and I think it's important to set that tone, and I think they can make a pretty bold statement here by cutting Chris Johnson by that February 9th deadline. What do you guys think? Do you think they should cut Chris Johnson? Do you think they should keep him? If you feel either way, why do you feel that way? Let me know. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. And guys, again, subscribe to my channel here. I do a morning show Monday through Friday here on YouTube, and also do these sports talk videos throughout the week as well. So subscribe. And all my videos will get delivered directly to you. Thanks again for listening, and have a good night.